So Mr. Sarthak, see, this is called factorization by splitting the middle term. Now before we understand what is splitting the middle term, let us understand what is the standard form of a quadratic equation. So this is the standard form of a quadratic equation. What is a quadratic equation? A quadratic equation has degree is equal to 2. It is a polynomial with degree 2. Polynomial with degree 2. So you see this degree, this is 2, and so this is the standard form. This is the standard form in which a quadratic equation is written. Now the important thing that you need to know is that this a, which is the coefficient of x square, can't be equal to 0. Mr. Sarthak, is it making sense or not?
No, I didn't understand.
Okay. What part you didn't understand?
The part about when you said a.
Yeah. So all I'm trying to tell you is that this is what is a quadratic equation. Its degree is 2. Its degree is 2. And the coefficient of x square. What is the coefficient of x square? The coefficient of x square is 4. So this is what is called the standard form of quadratic equation. Is it making sense now?
Yes.
Okay. And this is called polynomial. So, are we clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Now, A, B, C can take any number. So, for example, if I write something like 6x square is equal to 0. Now, if you see, the coefficient of x square is 6. B and C, both are equal to 0. Still, it is a quadratic equation. Mr. Sarthak, is it making sense till here?
Yes, sir.
Why this is a quadratic equation? Because I can write this equation in the form of 6x square plus 0x plus 0 is equal to 0. Mr. Sarthak, is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
So, let us assume that you have a quadratic equation like this. Now, you will always compare this equation, quadratic equation, with the standard form. This is the standard format. This is the, you can call this to be the standard format or the general form of a quadratic equation. General form of a quadratic equation. So, if I compare this equation with the general form of the quadratic equation, what I'll see is my A is 5, my B is 6, and my C is 5. Mr. Sarthak, are we clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Let me take a few more examples so that we don't have any confusion regarding comparing the quadratic equation with the general form. Now, can you tell me what will be A, B, and C, Mr. Sarthak?
6. A will be 6, B will be 5, and C will be 3.
B would be minus 5, C would be minus 3. Mr. Sarthak, any doubt till here?
No.
Let me see if you have understood. What will be A, B, C here?
A will be minus 3, B will be minus 5, and C will be 5.
Let me take an example like this. What will be A, B, C here, Mr. Sarthak?
A will be 3, B and C will be 0.
Are we clear?
Yes.
So always remember that the general form general form of a quadratic equation looks something like this, where a is not equal to 0. This is the general form of a quadratic equation. Quadratic equation, general form. Are we clear, Mr. Sarthak?
Yes.
Okay. Now let us understand that if we want to, so this is what the equations look like, and this y square plus 5y plus 6 is a quadratic, let me just call it quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. If I write this as equal to 0, this would be called a quadratic equation. Mr. Sarthak, am I making sense or not?
Yes.
So all I'm trying to tell you is that these two, so for example, these are quadratic polynomials. These are quadratic polynomials. Why? Because the degree, if you see the degree of each is equal to 2. But if I take any of these quadratic polynomials and I equate them to be equal to 0, they will become quadratic equations. Mr. Sarthak, any doubt till here?
No.
So if I put this equal to 0, this will become a quadratic equation. This would become equal to 0. This will become quadratic equation. This will become quadratic equation. Mr. Sarthak, are we clear till here?
Yes.
So quadratic polynomial would be something like 5x square plus 7x plus 2. And a quadratic equation would be something like 5x square plus 7x plus 2 is equal to 0. Mr. Sarthak, am I making sense?
Yes.
Now both of these are more or less the same, because the way of, you may call this as factorizing the polynomial. And when you go in, I think class 9th and class 10th, this would be called finding the roots of this equation, this quadratic equation. Mr. Sarthak, are we clear till here?
Yes.
See, this topic would again come in class 9. Then they will ask you to find the roots of a quadratic equation. More or less, both of them are same. Are we clear till here, Mr. Sarthak?
Yes.
Okay. Now, whenever they give you an expression like this, you always compare this with ax square plus bx plus c. So, can you tell me what is a, what is b, and what is c?
5 will be A.
Sorry? A would be?
A will be Y.
No, A would be 1. One second, beta. One second. So, Mr. Sarthak, can you see that A is 1, B is 5, and C is 6? Can you see that?
Yes.
So, we have this quadratic polynomial. We have this quadratic polynomial y square plus 5y plus 6, where a is equal to 1, b is equal to 5, and c is equal to 6. Mr. Sarthak, any doubt till here?
No.
Now listen carefully to what I am saying. You will always take the product of a and c. What will you do? Product of a multiplied by c. Are we clear till here?
Yes.
So, in this case, the product of a into c is 6. Am I making sense?
Yes.
And then you will find your b. My b is 5. Mr. Sarthak, are we clear till here? Mr. Sarthak, are you clear?
Yes.
So, I'll repeat, y square plus 5y plus 6, y square plus 5y plus 6. First, I will write my A, B and C. What is my A? Sarthak. What is B? What is C? So first write your A, B, C. Step 2. Calculate A into C. What is my A into C? 6. 1 into 6. There is an invisible 1 here. So 1 into C. And my B is 5. Are we clear till here?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Sarthak, this is the heart of factorizing the quadratic polynomial. Now we'll have to carefully look at what we need to do in step number 3. So find two numbers whose product is 6 and sum is 5. Mr. Sarthak, have you understood what I said?
Yes.
So I'll have to find two numbers whose product is 6 and whose sum is 5. Can you tell me, Mr. Sarthak, what would be the two numbers?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Shabba. So the two numbers would be 2, 3. Are we clear till here?
Yes.
Then we come to step 5. We will rewrite this equation in this form. Y square plus 3y plus 2y plus 6. Mr. Sarthak, are we clear till here?
Yes.
Whatever these two numbers are, because their sum is 5, so I will break or I will split the middle term like this. Are we clear, Sarthak?
Yes.
Now this is my step number 5. And what will be my step number 6? I will write this like I take a common factors like this. Is it making sense, Mr. Sarthak? What is step number 5? Now, y plus 3 and y plus 3. I will take this y plus 3 common and I am left with y plus 2. Mr. Sarthak, is it making sense?
Yes.
So don't worry, we will take 2-3 examples of how to do this. And we will be solving a lot of questions regarding this. So don't worry about that. But let us revise how to factorize a quadratic polynomial. Let us revise. So step 1 is always write A, B, C. Step 2 is find the product of A into C. So always write A, C and B. Step number 3 would be find two numbers whose product is 6 and whose sum is 5. Then once you have those two numbers, you will split the middle term as a sum of those two numbers. This is not very clear.
Yes.
Once you reach this step, more or less your question is complete. This step is the critical step. Finding the two numbers is the critical step. And then you will always find that once you take common factors, this factor in the bracket would always come out like this, y plus 3, and you will be left with 5, y plus 2. Mr. Sarthak, any doubt in here?
No.
Let me take another example. So, find the factors 3x square plus 8x plus 5. Let me do this question now. So, 3x square plus 8x plus 5. Okay. What is my A, B, C, Mr. Sarthak?
A is 3, B is 8, and
What is my A into C? Mr. Sarthak, are we clear till here?
yeah.
Okay. Now I need two numbers. I need two numbers whose product is 15 and whose sum is 8. Can you advise what will be the two numbers? Mr. Sarthak?
3 and 5.
3 and 5. Shabash. 3 and 5. Shabash. So, splitting the middle term, I need to split this number, this middle term, as, see, this term and this term would remain the same, but the middle term will get split. 3x plus 5x plus 5. Mr. Sarthak, are we clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Again and again, we will be following the same algorithm. Again and again, the same algorithm would be followed. So, I will take 3x as a common factor from here. I am left with x plus 1. Again, I will take common factor from here. If I am on the right track, then this factor and this factor would always be same. Mr. Sarthak, are we clear till here? Now I take x plus 1. I take x plus 1 as a common factor. I take x plus 1 as common factor. I am left with 3x plus 5. Mr. Sarthak, any doubt? Mr. Sarthak, any doubt? So this is how this can be factored. This would be the final answer. Any doubt? Mr. Sarthak, any doubt? Okay. 1 second, Sarthak. So now let us look at 2x square minus 5x plus 3. 2x square minus 5x, 2x square minus 5x, 2x square minus 5x plus 3. Plus 3. Okay. So again and again we will be following the same algorithm. The algorithm doesn't change. So what is my A, what is my B, what is my C, what is my A into C, what should be the product, what should be the sum? Mr. Sarthak, can you tell me? What is ABC?
A is 2, B is minus 5, C is C.
What is my A into C? So what should be my product? What should be my sum? Any doubt here? So now, see, this, now, the way to remember this is that these extreme terms, these two extreme terms, they will always be the product. These would be the product. This middle term would be the sum. Sarthak, any doubt here?
No.
So can you advise what would be the two numbers? The numbers can be positive as well as negative, it doesn't matter. Yeah. What would be the two numbers? The two numbers would be minus 2 and minus 3. Why minus 2 and minus 3? Let us try to understand the logic. Minus 2 into minus 3 would be 6 and minus 2 minus 3 would be minus 5. So Sarthak, are we clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is the, usually this becomes confusing for the first time students who are learning this the first time. So now, once we have found the two numbers, then the things get easier, because then I will write this as minus 2x minus 3x plus 3. Mr. Sarthak, any doubt in there?
No.
Now Sarthak, one thing that you'll need to understand, you might get confused about when you start doing these questions, usually another confusion that student faces, and I'll show you that confusion. So for example, I write this as 2x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 3. I can also write this as, it doesn't matter, I can also write this as 2x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 3. Sarthak, have you understood the difference? Here the minus 3x is coming first, but here the minus 3x is coming later. Have you understood the difference? The logic would remain the same. Find the common terms. I have found the common terms. This term and this term should remain the same. So 2x minus 3 is pulled out. I will remain with x minus 1. And when I look at this expression on the left side, again 2x will come out, x minus 1. This minus 3 would come out, because minus 3 minus 3x minus 3 into minus 1 is plus 3. So x minus 1 would be the common term. I would be left with 2x minus 3. So this and this both are same. Mr. Sarthak, any doubt till here? Should I explain this again? So Mr. Sarthak, E part, x square plus 7x plus 12. So what would be the two numbers?
3 and 4.
X square plus 3x plus 4x plus 12. Why? Because I have a 1 here. So 1 into 12 is 12. So the product should be equal to 12 and the sum should be equal to 7. Mr. Sarthak, are we clear?
Yes.
So the product is 12 and the sum is 7. Okay. What should I do next, Mr. Sarthak?
We'll divide the middle number, so it will become x square plus 3x, 3x plus 4x plus.
I have split the middle term 7x into 3x plus 4x. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
What should I do next?
So I didn't understand after this.
Okay. I will take x as a common factor. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
From here also, I will take 4 as a common factor. Are we clear?
Yes.
What should I do next? I will take x plus 3 as a common factor from this term and this term. So x plus 3 is common. What I am left with is x plus 4. So x plus 3 into x plus 4 is the final answer. Mr. Sarthak, are we clear?
Yes.
Do you want to try B part? Mr. Sarthak?
Yes.
Just try to do the B part and we will discuss in 2 minutes. Just try to do. So Mr. Sarthak, a square minus a minus 72, there is an invisible 1. So what should be the product of the two numbers, Mr. Sarthak?
So the product will be minus 70.
And what should be the sum?
The sum should The sum should be -1.
Minus 1. So what will be the two numbers?
-9 and 8.
Minus 9 and 8. So minus 9 and 8 are the two numbers. So basically the middle term has to be split like this. Mr. Sarthak, are we clear?
Yes.
Is this how we can split the middle term, Mr. Sarthak?
Yes.
What should I do next?
So I'm not able to understand.
So from these two terms, what will be the common factor, Mr. Sarthak?
A will be
the common factor. Are we clear till here?
Yes.
Then the same factor would be written here. Are we clear?
Yes.
What should I write here? What should I write here so that this is maintained? 8a minus 72 should be maintained. Mr. Sarthak.
Plus 8.
Plus 8. Are we clear?
Yes.
What should I do next? What is the common factor between this term and this term, Mr. Sarthak?
A minus 9.
Shabash, a minus 9. And what remains, Mr. Sarthak?
A and plus 8.
A plus 8. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. So let us try to do the C part. What should be the product, Mr. Sarthak?
The product should be 21.
Product should be 21. What should be the sum?
The sum should be 10.
What would be the two numbers?
3 and 7.
3 and 7. Okay. Now I need to split the middle term. So how should I rewrite this expression?
A square plus 3a plus 7a plus 21.
Shabash. What should I do next?
We'll find the common term, so that will be a.
Then just copy this a plus 3 here. A plus 3 here. What should I write here? Mr. Sarthak.
Plus 7.
Shabash. Now I need to find the common factor between these two terms. These two terms. This term and this term. What will be the common factor?
A plus 3.
What will be left?
It's a plus 7.
Are we clear?
Yes.
Nice. B part. What should be the product?
The product should be minus 10.
What should be the sum?
The sum will be minus 3.
What would be the two numbers?
Minus 5 and 2.
I'm sorry, minus 5 and 2. Because minus 5 plus 2 would be minus 3, minus 5 into 2 would be minus 10. So, how should I rewrite this polynomial, Mr. Sarthak?
M square minus 5m plus 2m minus 10.
Okay, nice. Now I need to take the common factor from the first two terms. So, what will be the common factor among the first two terms?
It will be m.
M. I will just copy this m minus 5 here. What should I write here? Sarthak.
Plus 2.
Now from this term and this term, what is the common factor?
M minus 5.
What will be I left with?
M plus 2.
Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
E part. What is the product?
The product is 20.
The product is 20. What is the sum?
9.
What would be the two numbers?
4 and 5.
Are we clear till here?
Yes.
How should I split the middle term?
Z square plus 5z plus 4z plus 20.
Okay, what will be the common factor?
Z.
I will copy this common factor here. What should I write here?
Plus 5.
What should I do next?
We'll find the common factor in the two terms. So it will be z plus 4. But so the answer will be z plus 5.
Mr. Sarthak, are we clear?
Yes.
Any difficulty?
No.
Now there are, Sarthak, there are two tricks in which, in few of the complex questions, it will become difficult to find the two terms. So there are one or two tricks that we'll discuss in tomorrow's lecture. Yeah?
Yes.
So we'll be doing a lot of practice. I think we'll do 15-20 questions. Now, tomorrow your class is at 2:30. Mr. Sarthak, will you remember this?
Yes.
So let's meet tomorrow. Now, before tomorrow's class, if you can do part F, G, H, I, it would be great. Otherwise, we will do these parts in the class. Yeah?
Yes.
I'll send you a worksheet for more questions for splitting the middle term. Try to do those also. Otherwise, we'll be discussing those questions in the class. Yeah?
Yes.
Let's meet tomorrow, 2:30.